Good morning, second graders. Welcome back. We are going to do number corner quickly, and I also want you to just start thinking about fact families a little bit more because January's calendar has all to do with graphs and also the fact families that go along with the data that's inside the graph. So before we get started, I'm going to take you back to kindergarten, and we're just going to sing the months of the year song because I want to. I have the months over here. And so sing along with me. There's 12 months in a year, and we're going to start with January, our first month. All right, you ready? January, February, March and April, May and June, July and August, then September, next comes fun, October too, then November and December, that's all 12 months, now we're through. There are 12 months, there are 12 months, there are 12 months in a year. Did that make you feel like you were in kindergarten again? So there are 12 months in a year, and we are in the first month of the year, which is January, and we are in the brand new year of 2021, and we are halfway through the first week of the year. So today is Wednesday, January 6th, and I notice on my 6th card that it's a new graph. So I'm going to make our calendar a little bit bigger, and I want to bring you back to the very first day in January. And on our very first card of January, we had a graph. I'm going to even make this a little bit bigger. See it right here? Oops, that's today's card. Here we go. And it was a graph. We don't know what the title of the graph is, so maybe this is a graph of people's favorite dog or favorite animals. Maybe this is a graph of what people's least favorite animal is. Maybe it's a graph of the people's favorite pet. But either way, we know that 6 people chose dog and 4 people chose cat. And then all the cards that came after on the 2nd and on the 3rd and on the 4th and on the 5th, each one of those cards was the fact family that goes along with our first graphing card. So 6, 4, and then if you add those together, it equals 10. So the fact family used the numbers 10, 6, and 4. And when you use those 3 numbers, you can make 2 addition sentences and 2 subtraction sentences. So I also want you to watch the other video that's on this slide, just about a little bit more about fact families. And maybe you did a lot with them in kindergarten. Maybe you did a lot with them in first grade, but it's been a wonky year. So I think it will be beneficial to refresh our memory regardless of how you feel about fact families. So today we have a new graph. And so my prediction is that the next cards after today's are going to be more fact families that have to do with the data on this graph. So I'm going to look at this card, and I want you to look at this card too. And I see that it has something, again, this graph does not have a title. So I don't know what the question was, but I know that on the side, this has to do with students and students going shopping, and students spend the night. So, I don't know. Maybe it's what they did over the weekend. But either way, I see that there are 13 students who went shopping, and I see that there are 11 students who spend the night. So the first thing I do to figure out what my third number is in that fact family is I need to add those up. I need to add 13 plus 11. So I want you to think about that for a second. 13 plus 11. What does that equal? 13 plus 11. It's 24. So I'm thinking that the 3 numbers that are going to be in our fact family are 24, 13, and 11. And out of those 3 numbers, you can make 2 addition number sentences and 2 subtraction number sentences. So let me show you what that would look like. I'm going to get my text box out. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to do what we did. We added 13 plus 11. And we said that that equaled 24. Right? I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. So the next fact family that we do, the only thing that we do is we switch these numbers. So instead of adding 13 first, we're going to add 11 first. So it's going to look like this. 11 plus 13 equals, still equals 24. If 13 plus 11 equals 24, then 11 plus 13 equals 24. All right, so we have our 2 addition number sentences done. You can't do it any other way and still use those 3 numbers. But now we can create 2 subtraction number sentences. And here's what it's going to look like. I'm going to have my biggest number first this time. So instead of ending with 24, I'm going to start with 24. So it's going to look 24 minus, and we can do either one first. I'm going to do 13 first. So 24 minus 13 equals. Now remember, I'm only using these same 3 numbers. I can't use any other numbers. So even if I didn't know what 24 minus 13 is right off the top of my head, I can only use the number that I haven't yet. So what number in this fact family haven't I used yet? I've used 24, I've used 13. So what has to be the answer? 11. All right, so now there's one more number sentence that I can use for this fact family. I'm going to start with 24 again. But this time, instead of taking away 13, I'm going to take away 11. So what is my answer? What is the one number that I haven't used yet? 13. Very good. All right, so we will continue to work on that, but that's how fact families work, and they're really helpful, especially on extra math. I know that a lot of you are still on addition. I know that some of you are still on subtraction. Well, if you know the fact family, like 5 plus 6 equals 11, then it's easier when you get onto subtraction to solve those things, because you can think, well, all right, 11 minus 5, well, I know that 5 plus 6 is 11, so 11 minus 5 must be 6. Addition and subtraction can help you out that way. All right, so see the next slide for your activity of the day. I hope you find it fun. It's a little bit different, but it still has to do with shapes, which we have been working on this week, and I will see you tomorrow.